Have you ever wondered what it would be like to step outside yourself and see who you are through everyone else's eyes? Not the way you imagine they see you, not the story your mind keeps telling you, but their real perception of you. Would it make you proud to see how much you mean to people? Or would it make you nervous to notice the little judgments they never say out loud? Would you finally see the things they admire in you, the ones you've never noticed yourself? It's a fascinating thought, but also a scary one. Because what if those reflections reveal truths we've been avoiding all along? Today, here on Mind in the Mirror, we're going to step into that thought experiment together. So if you're curious about exploring the deeper side of yourself, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video, because this is just the beginning of a journey inward. Part 1. The mirror we never see. Every morning, we wake up and look in a mirror, but that mirror only shows the surface. It shows our face, our hair, our expression in that one frozen moment. It doesn't show the whole story of who we are. The truth is, every person we meet holds a different mirror up to us. A mirror shaped by their own beliefs, their past, and their emotions. To one person, you might seem kind and warm. To another, you might come across as distant or cold. To some, you're inspiring. To others, maybe even intimidating. This means there is no single version of you in the world. There are thousands. Each one exists in the minds of the people you've crossed paths with, whether for years or just a moment. And yet, we often live trapped in just one version, the one inside our own head. The voice that says, "This is who you are." But is that really the truth? Or is it just a story we've repeated so many times that we started to believe it? What if that voice is wrong? What if you're more than the reflection you see each morning? Part 2. The hidden versions of us. Think about this for a moment. Somewhere out there, someone still remembers a moment with you that you've completely forgotten. Maybe it was something small, holding a door, sharing a smile, or listening when they felt alone. For them, that memory might still mean everything. But for you, it's gone. At the same time, you probably carry memories of mistakes or regrets that feel heavy, moments you wish you could erase. Yet chances are, no one else even remembers them. So which version of you is the real one? The version stuck in your shame? Or the version someone else remembers with gratitude? If you could step into their eyes, even for a second, maybe you'd see that you're not as harsh, not as unlovable, not as invisible as your inner critic makes you believe. Maybe you'd finally see the good that others already see. Part 3. The fear of exposure. But here's the thing, this idea isn't only comforting, it's also a little frightening. Because if you could see yourself through everyone else's eyes, you wouldn't just see the good parts. You would also see the hidden judgments, the quiet criticisms, and the ways people sometimes misunderstand you. Think about it. Maybe you'd realize that someone you always believed liked you actually doesn't. Maybe you'd catch a glimpse of envy in their eyes, or irritation, or notice how they take your words or actions and twist them into something you never intended. And this is where the real danger comes in. If you live too much through other people's reflections, you slowly lose your own center. Instead of knowing who you truly are, you become a collection of other people's opinions. Always shifting, always adjusting, never steady. So maybe the real question isn't just, what if you could see yourself through others' eyes? Maybe the deeper question is, what would that truth do to you? Would it make you stronger, or would it break you apart? Sometimes protecting your own sense of self means not looking too closely into every reflection. Part 4. The Illusion of Objectivity. Here's the twist. Even if you could step outside yourself and see through other people's eyes, it still wouldn't give you the full truth of who you are. That's because no one sees clearly, not even you. Every person views the world through their own lens, shaped by their past, their mood, their hurts, and their hopes. If someone calls you cold or distant, it might not actually be about you. Maybe they once knew someone who treated them that way, and now they project that onto you. If someone finds you inspiring or beautiful, it could be because they are longing for the same qualities they notice in you. What people see in you often says as much about them as it does about you. Their eyes are mirrors, but those mirrors are not clean. They carry cracks, colors, and shadows from their own lives. So the truth isn't found in chasing the real image of yourself in someone else's reflection. The truth is that there is no single, fixed version of you. You are always shifting, always more than what any one person can see. And maybe that's the beauty of it. You are bigger than any reflection. Part 5. Why we crave to be seen. Even though other people's views are never perfect, we still crave them. Why is that? Maybe because being seen gives us a sense of being real. It reminds us that we don't just live inside our own heads. We live in a world shared with others. Think of a child. A child learns who they are by how their parents reflect them back, through love, attention, and words. That reflection shapes their sense of self. The same pattern continues as we grow older. A friend makes you feel valued when they notice something about you that you didn't see in yourself. Even a stranger can brighten your entire day with a simple smile or nod, just by showing they noticed your existence. We all long for this, being witnessed, being acknowledged. It makes us feel connected. But there's a risk. If we depend too much on these outside reflections, we can lose ourselves. Our sense of who we are starts to rise and fall with other people's attention. The danger is building an identity that disappears the moment no one is looking. The balance is remembering. Others can reflect us, but only we can truly define ourselves. Part 6. The balance between self and others. So what's the balance here? If you could see yourself through everyone else's eyes, it would feel like unlocking a hidden truth. You'd suddenly notice how much of an impact you have, even in small ways you might never realize. A smile you gave, a word you said, or simply your presence might have changed someone's day without you knowing. You'd understand that you are far more layered, more meaningful, and more connected to the lives around you than you think. But with that gift comes a weight. Because not everyone's view of you will be kind. Some people will judge you unfairly. Others might misunderstand you or place their own struggles and insecurities onto your image. Their reflection of you may say more about them than about who you truly are. The real gift, then, is not in accepting every reflection but in learning how to filter them. To keep what feels honest, what helps you grow, and to let go of the rest. It's about recognizing that being seen is valuable, but it should never trap you. You are not just how others see you, and not just how you see yourself. You are something deeper, something in between. Part 7. The thought experiment. So imagine this for a moment. You wake up tomorrow, and suddenly you can see yourself through the eyes of every single person you've ever met. You see the quiet admiration from someone who once looked up to you. You see the disappointment in the eyes of someone you hurt. You notice the curiosity of a stranger who only passed you once on the street. At first, it feels overwhelming. Too many mirrors. Too many versions of you. All different, all incomplete. But then, slowly, a realization begins to form. None of those versions are fully true, but none are fully false either. Each one holds a fragment, a piece of who you are. And when those pieces come together, they create a mosaic. A picture not perfect, not consistent, but real. And in that mosaic, you finally see the most important truth. You are alive. Part 8. The deeper lesson. Maybe we don't actually need some magical power to see ourselves through everyone else's eyes. Because in a way, we already do. We catch it in small ways, every single day. We hear it in the feedback people give us, sometimes spoken, sometimes unspoken. We feel it in the way they treat us, in their tone, in their actions. We sense it in their energy, in their words, and even in their silences. The challenge isn't in being seen, it's in knowing how to read those reflections without getting lost in them. Without letting every glance, every opinion, every reaction define who we are. Because the truth is simple. You are not only the person you think you are, and you are not only the person others believe you to be. You are something in between. Something larger, something no single reflection can ever fully capture. Closing reflection. So, what if you really could see yourself through everyone else's eyes? Maybe you'd finally notice how much you've mattered to people, even in small ways you never thought about. Maybe you'd let go of mistakes that no one else even remembers. Maybe you'd accept that no matter what you do, some people will misunderstand you. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, you are not just one reflection. You are many reflections, woven together into a story that only you have the power to write. And maybe that's the most freeing truth of all. So let me ask you, how do you think people see you? And if you could step into their eyes for just one moment, what would you want to learn about yourself? If these questions made you pause, if they made you reflect even a little, then don't forget to subscribe to Mind in the Mirror and like this video. Because together, we'll keep exploring the thoughts most people run away from, the thoughts that can actually set us free.